Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to read a chart. This is where we take it more seriously, how to read a chart. And in this video, I'm going to talk about three things. What candles represent. You've seen the green and you've seen the red candles. I'm going to talk about what they represent. I'm going to talk about what the green and red candles mean. What do they mean? When the candle is green, when the candle is red, what do they mean and what do they represent? Buyers or sellers? What does those things mean? Excuse me. And also observing instead of predicting. Because when we predict the market, this is when we make mistakes. All right. So I'm just using a metaphor as a heartbeat monitor. When you've been to the hospital and you see someone connected a heartbeat monitor to the patient, you've seen the spikes up and down as what's happening right now with their heartbeat right now, live. We're not predicting it. We're seeing the charts of what is happening right now. The same thing goes with the market. We're just seeing what the we're basically seeing people, behavior, psychology when we see the market, when we see the candles. We're seeing people buying, we're seeing people selling, and we are seeing it in the live market just like our heartbeat when we go to the hospital. All right. So I'm basically I can discuss all of these things, but I'm gonna jump into TradingView and explain to you what those mean. So the first step is, what does the candles represent? So each candle represents price movement. So you have these different candles. You have the red candles, right? And you have the blue candles right here, right? This is a visualization of what's happening in the market. The red candles meaning that there are sellers going hard. There are sellers selling their positions. When the sellers are selling their positions, it creates this candle. It creates a bearish candle. There is bearish and there is bullish. Bearish going down, bullish going up. I'm just gonna explain bearish and bullish because we hear it so much um, when we trade. So I just want you to visualize a bull. The bull attacks. When the bull attacks, it attacks bull up. So when people say the market is bullish, you think about when the bull is attacking. The market is bullish, so the bull attacks up, meaning the market is bullish. The bear attacks with its claws down. So when the people say the market is bearish, they mean that the market is attacking down. The market is bearish. So when I say that this candle is bearish, meaning red candle, it the metaphor is, how does the bear attack? They attack down. The same thing with bullish. The the bull attacks up. So this candle meaning that there are buyers. There are people buying a lot, which indicates that the market is going up. And mind you, there is nobody in the entire world that has positions all uh, going long right here. Why? Because there's no candle on this area right here. So every candle you see here conveys information. When the market opens, when the market closes, when did the majority of the buyers or sellers enter? Did they enter here? This is where the buyers entered. There are buyers entered right here, and there are more buyers pushing in right now because it creates these kind of candles, right? And you can see that this candle is smaller, this candle is bigger because there are less buyers right here. But this is what moves the market. Short candle right here, bearish candle, red candle right here. This is where the move, where you can see, just simple explanation. There are buyers right here buying, and there are more buyers right here buying, which creates this red, blue candle or green candle, and the market trying to take them out right here. So what does the market continue to do? No, we're not taking, because there are people selling right here because they thought the market is going down, and they put their stops all the way up here. So what does the market do? They continue up to take the money from the people putting their stops right here. And what does the market do? All the people that said that this is going up, They put their stop all the way down here. What did the market do? The market reversed again and took those out again. And this is how the market works. This is how the candles work on a daily basis. They take people out, they take their money, and they take other people out that thought that they were going up. So when we look at this chart, we see green candles, we see red candles, and it can be a bit confusing. But if you zoom into this, every candle has some information. Every candle, as I explained before, has some information. We know what the color of the candle is important because this is where what we're gonna use later on to dictate where price is moving. So when we come to the market and we see candles looking like this, right? We don't predict anything. It's like the heart monitor. We don't predict where the market is going. We don't predict, this is a trade I took today. We don't predict where the market is going. We just observe what is happening. I'm observing my trade I took today based on the candles that I was reading, how the candles reacted to one another, and the structure and the strategy I've been using for so long that tells me where the highest probability of the market going today. And when I know that the highest probability of the market going bearish today, going down today, then I insert some money and I risk properly and I see the market going down. It's not always that that is happening, but the highest probability of it happening happened. So the charts that I'm seeing, the candles that I'm seeing is giving me information. And this is what our job is. We are waiting for the information. And that is one of the hardest parts as being a day trader is to wait for a correct information to happen before we enter and exit the trade. Our job is to understand it, not predict it. We have to understand what the market is going and not predict it. Because if we predict, we speculate and we guess, and this is when it turns into gambling, and this is where people say this is gambling. Because we basically are gambling because we are predicting something not showing us in the market. We can't find, like, just let me give you an example. This is how we define a breakup structure. This this is how we define a breakup structure. The body of the candle has to be closed underneath the body of the candle right here for it to indicate that we are going down. It didn't happen right here. It didn't happen right here. It didn't happen right here. It happened right here, but it didn't give us a fair value gap. I don't want to get into much detail, but it didn't happen basically. And it didn't look like it was going down based on the candles based on the candles that I'm seeing. This gave me an indication that the candles or the market, the sellers are dominant in this area. So that's why I took this trade and I took some money and I risked properly and I also indicated where the market the highest probability of the market was going to these areas where I take my profits. All right? Just let me just recap a bit. I talked about in this lesson what candles represent, what the red candles represent and what the green candles represent, and what we ought to think about when we enter the market and see the candles. We're not predicting the price, we're just observing. And when our strategy, eventually, when we learn our strategy appears, that is when we enter. So what the candles represent, what green and red candles mean, and we are here to just be observers of the market instead of predictors of the market. So a short lesson check-in. What made candles clearer for you in this lesson? Just write one sentence below and share it so you can make it stick with you even more. And as always, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and if you haven't done it already, follow me on my school community. Thank you for following through on this lesson and see you on the next one. Have a good day.